Hey everybody, I want to talk a little bit about Unit 2, which is our synthesis unit. So let me take you into our Canvas page, and here we have the unit overview. I'm recording that overview right now, but we also have some learning objectives for the next couple of weeks. And those are to use strategies such as interpretation, synthesis, and response to compose texts that integrate your ideas with those of others. That is our primary focus for the next 2 weeks in this unit. You will also, of course, be assessing pure writing and recommend revisions and apply knowledge of rhetorical strategies to writing. This is something that we're just going to be doing throughout the course. You will also be utilizing correct MLA style and conventions. So you'll be learning things like in-text citation, the beginnings of using a works cited page, and that kind of thing, locating sources. Oh, and of course, locate, evaluate, and synthesize source material appropriate to research inquiry that reflects a range of perspectives. And this overview video will actually be housed on this page. So let's take a look at the Unit 2 learning materials. Once again, we'll be reading from the Writer's Loop, and we'll be looking in Chapter 6, Chapter 8, Chapter 9, and then Chapter 11.2. There are also some other resources that I will want you to take a look at. One is called Synthesis Essays, a step-by-step how-to guide. I'm going to open that. I just thought that this information was pretty interesting. It's actually developed by a tutor who tutors students to prepare for the AP language test. And because part of that test is writing synthesis essays. Of course, your synthesis essay is going to be of a topic of your choice. You get to choose your resources. So it's not like I'm giving you a topic to write on and a limited number of resources which you are then supposed to synthesize. However, the ideas that are presented in this presentation, this step-by-step how-to guide, might be helpful to you. And so I just thought this was a resource that might be good for you. Of course, the organizing of the essay, because it is, well, actually, no, that's okay. I don't want to see that woman. You could organize it point by point or source by source. It's really up to you, or you could do a blended type of organization. Again, that's all very helpful information. And then how to write a synthesis essay thesis statement. So take a moment to look through this information and see if it'll be helpful for you. The other things, I have a sources and citation lecture and how to write exploratory and problem-solving essays. And I'll talk more about those in the week 3 video. I will walk through and show them to you. So the reading assignments are broken down between the 2 weeks. I didn't want to have you read so much like I did the first couple of weeks. I also have the sources and citation lecture, and in the first week you'll have a plagiarism quiz, which is just a 10-question quiz, and you have multiple chances to do that. You also have a source evaluation worksheet where you will locate some sources using the library guide and just evaluate them based on the readings. And then you have your synthesis essay rough draft. I'll skip over this. Here's the sources and citation lectures. The in-text citation lecture is about 27 minutes long, I think. I tried to break it down. Oh, it might actually be shorter. It might be around 20 minutes. I had recorded this for another class, and it was pretty long, so I tried to edit out some portions that weren't really applicable to this course. So I think I got it to about 20 minutes. And then locating sources is, I think, about 15 minutes or so, maybe 17 minutes, not super long. And this just walks you through using the library guide and that kind of thing. And the source evaluation worksheet is set up as a quiz, but it's actually just 4 questions. They will be essay questions to fill out. I just wanted to do it this way rather than have you submit a document. And then this page on how to write exploratory and problem-solving essays. This might be helpful if you're having difficulty coming up with a topic or choosing a topic that you're going to be interested in. So I suggest, since you're already doing research and you're using some outside sources, it's a good idea to choose a topic that you're going to be interested in exploring deeper for the research essay, the research argument essay, because that way you've done some of the preliminary research, thinking and writing. So there are 2 ways here. One is a problem-solving essay. So if you think of your topic for this synthesis essay as a problem that needs to be solved, that might be something that is of interest to you or a way that you could work your way into doing some research. The other is an exploratory essay. So the exploratory essay might correct misunderstandings about a topic that you're interested in, or it could help the reader develop a better grasp of a topic. So the main goal essentially is just to synthesize the information from a couple of different sources in with your own ideas. So let's take a look at that synthesis essay assignment. So for the purposes of this assignment, it means it's a critical reading of several texts to explore the alternative perspectives on an issue. It means wrestling with ideas from different texts or sources and trying to synthesize or forge a new whole. It means comparing and contrasting views of different authors on an issue and connecting those views with your own on a certain issue. So the goal of the assignment, again, is for you to choose a topic of your own. Choose something about which there are differing opinions and ideas, something that could potentially be debatable in a researched argument further on down the line. So after identifying your topic, you need to critically read at least 2 sources on the topic. So you're going to do a nice thing called close reading, and I will actually tell you more about that in a separate video. And so you'll read closely 2 sources on the topic. You'll be critical about it, and in order to analyze the views of those authors that they've expressed in the sources. The ultimate goal is to make connections between what different authors are saying about the issue that you've chosen to write about. So after you identify your topic, you need to find those 2 sources. You need to read the sources thoroughly. You can't just scan them. You can't just pick and choose ideas, you know, depending on the page numbers or what have you, because you want to establish those connections between the 2 sources. How are the viewpoints expressed in the sources similar or different? Which authors have similar views on the topic? Which authors have different views? That kind of thing. You also want to connect the author's views with your own views on that topic. How do the author's views relate to your own view on the topic? Do they oppose your view? Do they support your view? That kind of thing. And as you do all those things, you want to make sure that you work on the flow of the ideas. This is one of those essays that having an outline can really be very helpful to organizing your ideas and making sure that they flow in a very organic way. It's a building block, this assignment, building block for the research project. So again, you really want to choose a topic that you're going to be interested in so that you can pursue it further and find more sources for the research argument project. The essay will be 4 to 5 pages using the 12-point font and MLA style, formatting, so on and so forth. This is a rough draft and peer review. So you have to do the rough draft and peer review in order to receive full credit for the final paper. Again, this is something that is in my syllabus. If you do not do the rough draft or the peer review, you'll receive a 5% grade deduction on your final revision. No questions asked. That's just how it is. So make sure that you review the rubric for information on how the assignment will be evaluated by clicking these 3 dots. I don't think I have the rubric up yet. I don't. And I will have that up. So the rough draft will be due November 3rd. The peer review is due the first week there, actually the second week, in November 6th. And then the final revision will be due November 10th. And remember that the paper assignments, the rough drafts and the final revisions are always due Wednesday morning rather than Tuesday night. So make sure you get them in Wednesday morning. If you have to think in your brain that you have an assignment due on Tuesday at the end of the day, then by all means think of it that way, but I won't see it until Wednesday morning regardless. Oh, there is a rubric here. Again, it's a similar essay rough draft rubric like we did the last time. Okay, and that is that for an overview of Unit 2. Look for the Week 3 overview video, which will explain things a little bit more. Okay, take care, everybody. Bye.